guys, and welcome back to The Groove. And today I am here with Chris Baldarrago.
Hello.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
coming
coming
on
on
Zoom.
Zoom.
I'm
I'm
so
so
excited.
excited.
Thank you so much for having me. This is so cool. I watched the Shark Earrings episode like the other week, and I was like, these three people need to not be in a room together ever again.
They are so funny, but interviewing them is always like so chaotic, and I love it. But it was so much fun. But I'm super excited to talk to you because you're like a very well rounded person in the scene, I would say. Because you're kind of in like everything, specifically in Jersey. So that's what I was going to ask you first is what projects are you currently a part of?
So right now, well, I'm always doing a bunch of things, but I feel like the artists at my core right now that I work with are like Kiara Rose.
Hmm.
She's been a friend of mine for a couple of years now at this point. I love her so much, and her music is just so inspiring. And my friend Devin Cold Comfort, who I've been friends with since like middle school. We both went to Kurisu Middle School in Cherry Hill and high school. And so we just been working on music since like whenever we were both into music.
Hmm. That's
And
awesome.
then any of my friends that just asked me like, "Yo, do you want to like hang and play music?" I'm like, "Yeah."
So, are you also a part of Duke Hill, or am I making that up?
No, that's like kind of right. It's like, well, so their actual guitarist Ryan Swanson,
Hmm.
absolute beast, like probably like one of the best guitarists I know. And like I'm just like sort of a fill-in. I'm like more of a fill-in role, not like technically a part of the band, I don't think, but I really it doesn't really matter because they're all my friends anyway, so it's just like
Yeah.
we just like hang and play music and like it's fun. But yeah, bass kind of.
That's awesome. So, how long have you been playing music for? Because I know you don't just play one instrument, you play a couple different ones. So, how long have you kind of been playing?
So, I think I've been playing music since I want to say in second grade. That's what I usually say. And it started out because I was my parents are both from Peru, and um, what is it? Sorry, I'm blanking. Yeah, so when in second grade we went to Peru to see some of our like extended family, and I was hanging out with my cousin, and then like, or I was walking past his room, and he was like playing some like Avenged Sevenfold or something, some cool metal
Hmm.
shit on his guitar as I was passing by, and I was like, bro, what? And then I was just struck at that moment. And then like the day after, he had like went to school or something, but I was just chilling on vacation, so I was just like I went to his room and grabbed his guitar, and
Hmm.
I learned by ear the bass line for Another One Bites the Dust, like the da da da
Yeah.
da 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 da, da. And I was like, dude, this is so sick. And then that following Christmas, my parents got me a guitar, but I didn't play it for like a year until I like when I was in like or like a couple of years until I was in like fourth grade. Then I saw this book that was called Who Were the Beatles?
Mm.
And then like after reading that, I checked out the music and I don't know why, but because like I had never like I like my dad liked classic rock, but I didn't really like I wasn't like a huge music head up until that point, but I would like go on my 3DS and like go on the internet browser and look up like Beatles songs and I was like, dude, this is like my favorite thing ever. And then so I started playing guitar then. It's a long,
Hmm.
very long answer. But then in middle school, then my parents got me a bass for my birthday. And then I joined like the jazz band in eighth grade. And then in sophomore year of high school, I got an electric drum kit. And that's like kind of that's the main instruments I really know how to play. I would say I play, you know.
Yeah. So, do you play drums in most of your projects, or is it more guitar?
I'm a guitar player at heart. I play
Hmm.
drums live for Cold Comfort, but I mean, it's yeah. I'm mainly a guitar player, but like whenever I need to fill a role, I just fill it as best as I can. Like for Kiara, her song "Clocking Out," I played bass and drums on that song
Oh,
in
wow.
the recording. So but I didn't even do any of the guitar parts. But I feel like the outcome of that was something really special. So
Awesome.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's like so crazy talking to like a multi-instrumental musician because I always say this and I'm like I literally can't play anything, but if I tried, like I could. It's just the time that it takes and also the time I don't have to like learn how to do it. So the fact that you're like consistently doing it all the time is like super awesome. Do you like to keep your like talent in the specific instruments? Do you keep playing them like religiously, or do you kind of just pick it up whenever?
I mean, luckily for me, so when I started playing guitar, I was like in elementary school. So like I had a lot of free time. I had no job
Mm-hmm.
or any responsibilities to worry about. So I would just play that every day. And same for bass in like middle school. And then in like high school, I got into drums like right before COVID hit. And when COVID hit, like I wasn't even playing guitar a lot of the days. I was just playing drums. So like luckily, like when you're young, it's easy to just like play these instruments a lot and then you kind
Yeah.
of get better at them no matter if you're like practicing or not. Like if you're just playing,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably gonna get a little bit better. But like that's the thing for like friends of mine who are kind of getting into music now. Like they're like it's so hard. And like it
Mm-hmm.
is because it's like I don't know, as adults, you're not as like as much of a sponge of knowledge
Yeah.
as you are when you're like a kid. So that's hard and that's also like you're kind of more self-aware. You're just like if you're
Mm-hmm.
playing on a guitar and like it sounds bad, you're just like, well, I'm bad, you know? And it's
Mm-hmm.
hard to get past the point to where you get good. But
Yeah, that's actually a good way of putting it. I've been like realizing that too, where I don't have the drive to like learn too many things anymore. So I literally like purposely will find something that I'm like, I need to learn this, and maybe I should do that with the guitar.
yeah,
I
I would
know.
always advocate to play music or do some sort of art.
Mm-hmm.
It's so awesome. And one thing I heard from a friend recently is that like you don't need to be the best to like do something. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's not like I'm not the best musician in the world. I'm not the best like recording engineer in the world, but I still do those things and like I very much enjoy it. So I gotta remember that every day. And
Yeah.
also another thing is that always trying to be like a student in whatever you enjoy
Mm-hmm.
will always help you enjoy it more. That's
Yeah.
try to remind myself of those things every day. But
No, yeah, I've been having that realization a lot recently, especially with the fact that I'm like graduating college this year. So I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna be forced in a classroom anymore. Like, where am I gonna get the like serotonin of learning something new? Like, I'm not going to. So it is super important, and I think it's more of like the output overall. It's like that's the fun part. It's like you just have to keep doing it, and it doesn't matter what happens. Like, who cares? But so you answered what instruments you play. So you went to Rowan.
yes, I'm
Yeah.
still at Rowan. This is my last year too.
Oh my gosh, crazy. We're like reflecting on everything right now
I
too.
Same.
know. This is like also like something I've been doing with everyone my age recently. Is just like,
Mm-hmm.
man, life is life, and we're
No,
gonna get through
literally.
this.
It's like we're all in this together, guys. We all have the same thoughts about this. Like we just need to be in it with each other. Um no, it is so sad. It's weird. It's so weird. But Rowan's music community obviously is such a huge part of the music scene in Philly and in Jersey and literally kind of anywhere because the bands coming out of there go everywhere. So how do you think Rowan has kind of changed who you are as a musician and helped you grow in that area?
Dude, I freaking love the music scene at Rowan so much. I'm obviously so biased because I go there and I've been there. I've been a part of the music scene for like my whole time at college, but it's the way it's shaped me is just I don't know. I feel like throughout high school. I wasn't like the most outgoing person. I wouldn't say I was like totally an introvert or more introverted than extroverted, but like I was definitely just like not trying to like put myself out there
Mm-hmm.
whenever I could. But then like at Rowan, I feel like I didn't even like I'll be like fans of like the people that around me that are playing music and like if you put yourself out there, then I don't know, you'll like make a friend, you'll play
Mm-hmm.
music together. There's like nothing bad that can really come out of it, you know? As long as you just
Yeah.
be yourself, like that's one thing Ron's taught me to just be myself and you'll be
Mm-hmm.
recognized for uh I don't know, things you're good at or things you want to be known for, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you've kind of been you've been at Rowan for 4 years now. So you've seen the different like houses and things that have come out of like Rowan all and everything. So how has that kind of been a staple to just music the scene in general do you think?
Like the house venues.
Yeah.
I that's a good question. I don't know. The house venues are always so sick, but then it's also like it can get very like political in the scene of like what houses are like good to go to and what are not.
hmm
I feel like that's always something I have to worry about every year. And also, like typically at the beginning of the year, cops are gonna like shut down like most shows, but for some reason that didn't happen this fall. So
Mm,
like that's pretty that's a good thing. I really like that. But
that's promising.
there's something about going to a house in Glassboro, like, and just
hmm
going to the basement, having a nice time. It's a particular vibe. It's also way different than
Yeah.
like Philly, but
hmm
Philly's also really cool too. I love house shows in Philly.
What has been like your favorite memory at like a house show that you've had in Glassboro? Very tough question, but
Yeah, it was really tough for like a split second, but then like I just remembered this one show that happened actually very recently. I Were you at the 4th of July show at the Riviera?
Oh yeah.
Bro, that yeah, I was like, I think you were there.
I think it was there.
That was definitely one of the most fun shows
It
I've
was
ever
fun.
played. It was so much fun. It's always fun for me when I play the Shark Earrings because
hmm
like I'm not a part of the band, but like it's
Yeah.
just whenever Mike's just like is like, "Yo, you want to play this show?" I'm like, "Dude, fuck yeah!" Like I like know nothing to worry about if I mess up or
hmm
anything. It's on them. It's not me. So so like, but that was a fun set. And then I smoked a doob with Ama and Jake. And then
Yes.
I got high out of my mind, and then I was wrestling with Mike, and then I hit my head on the ground. And then after like 20 minutes I came back and saw Valentina, and then Ricky and Nico were just like riding their motorcycles around as the fireworks were going
Yeah.
off. There's just like everything that could possibly happen happened.
it was actually so chaotic. Like now that you're like saying every event that happened, I was like, wait, it was actually kind of crazy.
I know, and all my friends were there, so it was like
hmm
this is the best 4th of July ever.
No, yeah. That's some of the best parts about the shows is that like you always know you're going to run into someone you know at the shows no matter what. So if you end up going alone, it's not like you're going to be alone the whole time. Like you know there's other people going to be there.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a good
awesome.
point. Like when I was a freshman or like younger in like college, I would
hmm
like there'd be sometimes I'd go to shows alone and I'd just be chilling by myself. And then like now it's like I'll always see someone and like
Yeah.
talk to them.
It's
That's
so crazy.
so cool.
How often would you say do you get asked to like fill in for shows?
I don't know like how often in terms of like a number or a frequency, but
hmm
every now and again, it's but I always love filling in for shows because it's like I love the shows where you kind of got to learn shit last second and there's not
hmm
so much rehearsal and like you just show up to the show and you do what you do because that's some of the most like in the moment performances
hmm
you can do. And there's just something about that which always gets my adrenaline running.
Yeah. Does that ever like help you develop other songs in other projects?
Mm. I wouldn't say so. If anything, it just helps me. I love to, like I said, I always try to be a student. I always try to
hmm
like keep my ear like fresh and like easy to pick up things. So like
Yeah.
doing those sorts of things is very much like a listening and communication through not talking, like sort of thing with other musicians.
hmm
That I just there's something about that too that's just like so euphoric. I love it.
Have you ever had an experience where you don't have that like unsaid communication with other musicians?
Sometimes, because it's also like playing music is also a very social thing.
Yeah.
Like so like if I'm like vibing with someone really hard, like then like our music it shows through our music
hmm
communication. But if not, then it's like I don't know, nothing really sticks out in the music.
hmm
Like what I just did over this past weekend, I went to so I have this friend from high school, Caleb, and we met in high school jazz or we met in like middle school jazz band. And like we've been playing ever since then. But he goes to Princeton now, and like he asked me to record stuff for an album he wants to put out at some point. So I went over to Princeton and I brought like my little dinky music recording setup, but and then I met up with like a bunch of other musicians who I'd never met before and never played with
Mm-hmm.
ever. But like they were all such cool people,
Mm-hmm.
and like that just really showed in the music because some of the stuff that came out of it is like some of my favorite stuff I've been a part of, and definitely some of the favorite music that I've recorded.
Yeah. Like, how does the unsaid musician communication work? Because I have always heard of it, and bands are always just like, oh, yeah, like, we'll just look at each other and, like, we know. But I'm like, that makes zero sense to me as someone who's never done that before. So, like, try to put it in words best as possible of, like, what that is and how it works.
Okay, well, first of all, you did kind of like clock it. Like you were
Okay.
like, I was that was like the first thing I was gonna say. Like I'm just kind of look at each other and like go like and like nod at each other. But like, well, I feel like for me, I always try to hear stuff in my head
Mm.
in like whether it's sections of a song or sometimes it's little licks. Like if I'm like playing on bass and like I have like a good connection with the drummer,
Mm-hmm.
like sometimes we'll both like kind of hit like the same rhythm or a similar lick together, and it's like kind of crazy, but it's like kind of just like in like I don't know whatever genre you're kind of playing in. There's like a sort of vocabulary that comes with it. So if you know it well enough, it'll come out of you. And like
Yeah.
with likewise musicians, like you'll both kind of think a similar way, and then like head to a next section together, or you know, play something in the same vein of each other.
That's
That's how I would describe it.
It's more of like a, not like a mind reading thing. It's sort of like,
It's like we're both on the same page, sort of thing.
yeah.
yeah. You're not like seeing the notes in someone else's mind and you're like, this is what I need to do.
If you're playing like that, that's like a very offensive way to play than like defensive.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know anyone that does that. I feel like that'd be weird.
That would be crazy. But I'm sure if there's some bands that have been playing for so long that they could probably actually figure out what someone else is thinking about what they want.
Which is
Yeah,
so cool.
exactly. And like with that thing like that project I just did with my friend, I've known him since like middle school. So
Mhm.
we've just had like also just like many years of just like friendship in
Yeah.
that too. That also is just like a part of that sort of communication in
Hmm.
the music too, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because now you know them personally and then you also know them musically. So then it's just like,
You're
And
even
you
more
also will
into
kind of know their tendencies
it.
and
Hmm.
like follow that too. So,
Yeah.
that's so crazy. I've like never been able to like talk to someone about that before, but I've always been so intrigued by that cuz like being like seeing bands on stage and they'll just look at each other and you know that they're doing it. It's so wild. I'm like what are they saying to each other right now? I'm so curious.
yeah,
Literally so weird.
I love seeing that and then like trying to like join in with my mind too and be like, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like it feels like I'm being like a cuck or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's so funny. Um so for the Kiara band, Kiara's band,
The Kiara Rose band.
the Kiara Rose band. I always like mess it up every time I say it because I'm like, what? Um, you've been a part of that probably. Is that your longest project that you've been a part of?
Y- Oh, interesting. Wait. I mean, technically no, because technically I've been making music with my friend Devin under the name Cold Comfort since like beginning of college, end of high school. And Kiara I met in like my first semester of college. But she's like after going to college, she's been my longest
Hmm.
like music project I've been a part of.
That's cool. So for Cold Comfort, then also since that's technically the longest, are you a part of the songwriting process in either of those projects?
It varies like from both of those projects
Hmm.
individually and whatever we're working on at the time. With Kiara, not so much because like the
Hmm.
music is like under her name. I remember at one point she was like, "Oh, I wish we could call the band something different and not just Kiara Rose." But to me, it's like she's like she's her artist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the only songs I've really like helped kind of write a bit. are Pretend It's Slow.
Mm.
And that was kind of done more at like a band practice one day, and like instrument parts for clocking out. Well, and I guess some parts for like unbecoming. But the core of it is like her. So
Yeah.
I want to give her all the credit she deserves because she's like insanely talented.
Hmm.
And whoever's listening should really check out Kiara Rose and keep your eyes out on the look for future projects of hers at some point.
Oh.
But I don't even know when. But um and then for Cold Comfort, um a pretty similar thing. Devin will have like a core of the song.
Hmm.
And then sometimes it'll be like, can you just come up with a lead for this part? Or like a little keyboard part in this section. But it's also just like his songs. I feel like I see myself more as like a producer in that sort of
Hmm.
project. And I like that because it also just helps me work on my muscles as a producer and a engineer, a DIY
Yeah.
engineer, because I'm not professional. I learned everything on like YouTube.
Yeah. So what does your at-home producer setup kind of look like?
Uh, well, it's like kind of all right here. It's this Behringer UMC 1820 8-channel interface. It's like the cheapest 8-channel interface you can kind of get.
Hmm.
Got that a few years ago, and I got the 8-channel because I got it before I had a drum set because I was like, well, in the future I'll probably have a drum set and I'll probably need to mic it up.
Hmm.
So I got that. Got a bunch of cables. I got a really shitty drum mic kit. The thing about me is I'm all for like the cheapest gear you could possibly get, but like the cheapest working gear and the cheapest actually
Yeah.
usable and good sounding gear that you can get. That applies for everything. Like even my
Hmm.
guitars, like they're not that expensive, but they have like some pretty good specs that I like. And people will be like, "Hey, what's that guitar?" And I'm like, "Oh, glad you asked. Let me tell you about it." But yeah, that interface, a couple mics, also cheap copies of
Hmm.
other more popular mics. And yeah, that's kind of it. It's very, very DIY dinky.
Yeah. So you record the cold comfort thing in your like space, basically.
Yeah, my drum set's in the basement, so I'll record the drums in my basement there. And that's also cool because I can just like I said, I always just like working on whatever I'm doing, whatever project I'm involved in. And using my setup for other things. And like to mention it again, that project I just worked on, I brought this interface, and then my friend was able to borrow a couple microphones from his friend. So with like also also like that was all in like a practice room, not even like a studio
Hmm.
sort of thing. So like there's lots of bleed from the drums and like the piano microphone because I also had to mic a grand piano and like but like those sorts of situations just help me work on like my recording muscles or anything music. I just yeah.
Hmm.
So what do you actually go to Rowan for? Like what is your degree?
I'm majoring in economics.
Uh,
Wait, really?
Yeah. And like I'm not like really passionate about economics at
yeah.
all personally, but I mean I like that's just more to like after
Hmm.
college I'll have a degree in something and
Hmm.
like it's kind of it'll probably be more easier to get a job with a degree in economics than like other things. So
Yeah.
like, I'm working towards that. But also I've been talking to like my girlfriend recently, Rachel, if you're listening, I love you. And like we've been talking about like I don't know, like do whatever you love a lot and if you're if you're noticed enough, then you'll succeed in it, however which
Yeah.
way, you know?
Yeah, it's funny because everyone always thinks that I go to Jefferson for like media or like something, and I go for industrial design. It's like the complete opposite. Also,
See, that surprised me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
exactly. And you saying economics, I was like,
well, don't ask me anything about economics because
hey, it's okay. No, yeah, but it's like I don't know. This is your side hustle, and then like if this blows up, awesome, cool. Now I can do that for the rest of my life. But like, I still have an actual thing that I can get a job with, and continue to do this on the side, and still have fun, and live the life that I want to.
that's exactly how I explain it to people.
Hmm.
But, you know. the music stuff is just it's just so it's where my heart's at. So it's not
Yeah.
like it's ever gonna like go away or anything.
Yeah. And plus you're involved with so much that it like I don't think it can go away. Like at this point, like if anyone you're too intertwined with other people's like dreams for their music to where it's like if they want to keep going, you have to go with them anyway. So
But that's how I like it. So
Yeah.
but for the writing process of the other songs and stuff, how do you feel if you're not necessarily a part of it? Because I know Kiara's music is extremely personal to her. So how does it feel that she lets you into kind of this world that she's building on her own? Like, how does that feel for you?
dude, it is an honor because
Mhm.
I like before I was a part of Kiara's project, I like saw her like play a house show one time, and like at that moment I was like, dude, like she's insane. Like
Mhm.
instantly I was like I was a fan. I really liked what she was doing, and it's like it was like a special feeling. It's not like how I felt seeing any other house show with any other
Yeah.
band. So to get to work with her now is like so amazing. I love her songs. I love her lyrics. Um, and I'm honored that she trusts me to do to like work with her musically because there's not a lot of people she can say she can do that with.
Mhm.
So it's just great. And I always try to make sure that I do what she's trying to do justice. And
Yeah.
luckily she thinks I do it justice enough to keep me around. So I'm trying to keep it like that forever.
Yeah. Is there any other like musicians that you've worked with that you kind of have the same feeling where you're like, wow, this is crazy that you're letting me into this like personal space that you're putting out?
Yeah, I mean like any of my friends, as
Mhm.
much as they are like still my friends, obviously there's gonna be that like personal connection between us and
Yeah.
like trust there. But it's still like, I'm very much like a novice or I like to think I am at like everything I'm doing. So like for them to like ask me to participate in it and something that's kind of
Mhm.
like just theirs, it's really cool because like I think I like to think that I can help people get a vision out
Mhm.
there into into the world. So it's I don't know. I all my friends who let me make music with them, if you're listening, thank you so much. And I love you for it so much.
Oh.
That's very sweet. But it is true though. You are allowing them to put out what they want to. So everything that you just said is the truth and you shouldn't forget it ever. Cuz I feel like I know I usually talk to more of just bands, like people who have been friends forever and they're like working with each other all the time.
That's why I was so scared to do this. I was like, bro, an
Yeah.
episode with just me, I'm like, what could I talk about, possibly?
No, there's so much to talk about because you're a part of so many different projects. So that's why I was also kind of nervous to do this too because I'm like, what am I gonna ask? Like, what am I gonna ask? But I think this is more interesting of like a connection between musicians. The fact that you're just kind of like a little puzzle piece that goes into different puzzles and can fit like any of them, which is
Yeah,
Cool.
that's what I like about it too, because then like I said, that just allows you to be
Mhm.
anywhere you want, really.
Mhm.
Like I can play music and I can also record music.
Yeah.
So like it just allows a lot of different things. Being open to like anything will get you really
Mhm.
far.
with all these projects that you've been a part of and you've kind of now developed like part of who you are as a musician and stuff, have you ever thought of doing a solo project yourself?
Yeah, I like kind of have one, and like for me, I keep telling myself and my friends like, yo, like keep a I might release music soon, but then I never do. But part of that is because I'm a perfectionist, and
Mm.
part of it is because I don't have the time to
Yeah.
record my stuff. And also, like, I don't know, personally, I'm not like a songwriter. Like, I hate writing just in
Mm.
general. I don't write lyrics that I really like that much. I'm like more of a like instrument player. So that's also why I kind of like being a part of projects more. But like
Mm.
um but also I feel like the stuff that I have made, I'm pretty proud of. But it's
Yeah.
hard to kind of keep for me to keep that ball rolling because, like I said, I'm not like a songwriter per se, I would
Hmm.
say.
Do you think you enjoy the project part of it more because you did say you were a perfectionist? So it's like there's no strings kind of like it's just like you can do whatever you want and you're never going to get like repercussions from it.
That's part of the the beauty in being a part of like a group project, but also like I mean the payoff in just making anything that you like is
Hmm.
amazing, but there's something different when it's like all your own creation.
Hmm.
Like like I said with the songs that I make, like some of them I really like a lot, and I want to put them out there. Another reason to why I don't have music out under my own project is because I can't think of like a project name to make it under that isn't just my name. So if anyone has any recommendations, please let me know.
Why would you not want it to be your name?
I don't know. I feel like, well, I don't know. It's like kind of obnoxious. Not obnoxious, but it's just like I don't know. I'd rather it I'd rather envision it under a project name. And plus if
Hmm.
it were to have like a live band, I'd rather it be like the a band name instead of like
Yeah.
Christopher Baldarrago and three other goons. So,
Would you if you were to have a project, you just said you would have a band. What do you envision yourself being that like part of it? Like would you be the singer? Would you be anything else or would you just be the one who just makes all of the music all the time?
well, I would definitely be a guitar player
Hmm.
and maybe a singer, but also like everything I do in music is like self-taught. So
Hmm.
like I like and the thing about singing is that it really is very technical and needs a lot of technique and practice in order to
Yeah.
do it healthily and for a long time,
Hmm.
which I have just not been able to do that yet. Like sometimes I'll sing, but like I still don't have it down to where like I can do it a lot and not like I don't have any self-restraint. So like
Hmm.
I'll just like kind of blow my vocal cords out for a while and then not be able to sing for a bit and then be able to sing for a little and then do it all over again. So I'll probably just play guitar and maybe background vocals. I love backup vocals.
Hmm. No.
No, it is kind of crazy how people don't really talk about it in the scene. You guys are playing all the time and like the vocal strain on some of the people like no one really talks about that.
That's such a good point because like for me when I've been like trying to look up like how to sing properly and with
Hmm.
good technique and I just see these bands playing all the time doing tours and like doing this and that and it's like there's like so much behind
Hmm.
each musician that no one like the people in the audience don't see. They just see
Yeah.
these people with a lot of talent like
Hmm.
showing what they can do, but they don't see like all the things that led up to that. Like
Yeah.
and like someone reminded me recently that like their parents thought that like you just had to be like gifted to be like a good singer or like
Hmm.
a good musician or artist or this or that, but like that's never the case, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. There's it's always practice, 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 and it's the fact that like all of these people usually have either school and homework or a like 9 to 5 job and then on the weekends 3 times a weekend they're like playing a show and they still have to take care of their health and everything else. It's just like it's so much. And I'm friends with a lot of people in the scene now, so I actually get to see that. But before, I would just go to shows like freshman year just to get drunk and like hang out and like not really care about anything. Be like, awesome, I'm so cool. I'm in a basement show. Like, I'm so awesome and sick and cool. But now that I'm like actually behind the scenes a lot, there's so much that goes into it. It's actually insane.
Yeah, no. Like one thing for me, this isn't even like a practicing music thing, but just like
Hmm.
something like I've never like booked a show. Like I've never like talked to anyone to like put
Uh,
on a bill, but like that's 'cause it intimidates me 'cause like I don't know, there's just something about it like that's not for me.
It's so much work. Like you would be so surprised because like God forbid some band like drops last minute, then you got to find another one really fast. Then you also have to find somewhere to have it if you don't have your own venue. Like that's the hardest. I think the booking companies are amazing. I don't know how they do it. No idea cuz they have to find the building, then they have to find the bands, then they have to get the money, they have to get the flyers. It's so much work.
They have to get all the drinks. It's like, yeah,
It's
like
crazy.
It's actually crazy cuz I remember I threw like 2 shows and like everyone has asked me again like, "Oh, are you ever going to throw another show?" And I'm like, I genuinely don't have the time. Like I can't do it. It's so much work. Ugh, it is very intimidating. But applaud the people who do it for us because there would be no scene. So,
Thank
shout out
you.
all the shout out Silverstein, shout out Catamount.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are the goats.
No, literally, they're killing it.
yeah. That's well that is a good question. Like is there any other aspect of the scene that you would be interested in partaking in or have you already?
I would like to book a show at some point, but
Yeah.
my time is kind of waning. So I'm also just fine with just playing the music. I don't want to like
Yeah.
like do a lot of communication with people. That seems like a lot of work. What else is there? It would be cool to have like a house show venue, but like for me to do that in Glassboro, you need to be like living in Glassboro with a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
other roommates, and I'm just commuting. So like I don't want to do that. I'm honestly fine doing what I do. I feel like it's
Yeah.
like a pretty the most stress-free part of like playing in a music scene. Just getting
Yeah.
there and showing up and playing guitar for an hour.
Yeah, that is awesome. It's so like low stakes, but it is also extremely high stakes at the same time.
Yeah, very much.
Um,
So I guess my last question for you, since we're nearing the end, is how has the music scene overall changed you, not only as a musician, but as a human being and a person?
It's probably one of the first thing that comes to mind is it's made me more open-minded in general
mm-hmm.
and more willing to I don't know, make friends and just like not judge people. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like especially like I don't know, at the beginning of college, there's definitely like times where I'd run into people and they're just like so judgy and you feel like they're just like looking at you and being like, but I'm
Yeah.
like, man, you don't even know me. Like, what the fuck is your problem? But
Right.
like, and like, I would see that, and I'm like, you know what? Like, I don't want to be that. Like, there's like, if you don't give people a chance, then that's just not cool. You're not gonna get to know them actually. So
Exactly. I
that's one thing
agree.
for me. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Just it definitely helped me work on my social muscles a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I would have done this at the beginning of college because I feel like that'd be really scary. And it was still really
Yeah.
scary, but I was like, you know what? Why not? Because like I don't get the chance to do this sort of thing often, but
Mm-hmm.
like so like why should I turn it down? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. I like love the fact that I get to give people this platform, but every Sunday I'm like, I have to hold a whole hour conversation with someone I've literally never sat down and talked to before. And I get so scared, but it's literally fine. Like every time it's so chill cuz everyone in the scene is so nice and I'm literally asking them about the thing that they love the most, which is their music. So it's like obviously we're going to be able to yap for an hour. Like it's not going to be hard. But when I started this podcast, I was like, oh my God. I have the first episode posted still because, like, that's where I started. I can't put it away. It is so bad. It's so bad. And for some reason, when people find my podcast, they decide to listen to the first ever episode. I'm like, literally, why? Like, literally, why? That was me when I was 18 years old and I'm whispering into the microphone because I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my God. Did you start at the beginning of college?
Mm-hmm.
That's so brave of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that, but I did it. And here I am now, which is so cool. But that's also with you like joining Kiara's band and like everything else and being in all of these bands and stuff now. It's like to see the growth of like the beginning of college to the end. So crazy.
Yeah, it is so cool. And you made a good point about like talking to people about what they love most. Like
Hmm.
honestly, for me, like like I would not really want to talk to people unless I know they like music just 'cause like I'm like, well, I don't think I can really talk about anything else, honestly. Like
Yeah.
can I just like talk about something I like and then like I'll get to know you that way.
No.
No, yeah. It is super funny because there's a lot of people that I know in the scene, and you won't have a conversation with them without mentioning it at least once. And that's where I'm like, I can't even. I'll meet new people who have no idea what the scene is, and I'm like, not that you're boring or anything, but like, you just don't know this huge part of my life. Like, you've no idea what it is, and it's so weird. It's such a weird, like, bridge to cross when you meet someone new that doesn't know it.
Such a huge part of me. I couldn't imagine like I don't know, not bonding over that because I have
Right.
nothing. Well, personally, I just don't have nothing else much to me. But like I just freaking love the music, you know?
No, yeah, same. Well, this was awesome. Now I'm gonna give you the time to say anything you have coming up, music wise, show wise, anything. Go.
Right.
Off the top of my head, well, I don't know when this is coming out, but in this
Mm.
upcoming week, there's a Kiara Rose show at High Grounds Coffee in Glassboro,
More fun.
and there's another Kiara show on the 25th in Philly at Silk City Diner. And that's all I know about for the future. But in terms of projects, like I said, I think there's a Kiara Rose project coming at some point. Maybe I shouldn't say too much if I'm not supposed to. But, and also Cold Comfort music being written, so it'll probably be released in the summer. I think it'll be recorded in the winter. Um, and if you want to follow any of my other projects, follow me on Instagram at Chris_Baldarrago and my music account if you want to. And that's all. Much love to Glassboro and Rowan University and Philly.
Oh,
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. This was so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
and
It's
And
an
to
honor.
the
to the
listeners,
listeners,
make sure you
make
follow
sure you
Chris
follow
on
Chris on
anything and
anything and
stream
stream
all of his
all of his
projects
projects
because they're
because they're
awesome.
awesome.
And
And
always remember
always
to
remember to
stay
stay
groovy.
groovy.